call the roll of members.
There are so many members and so many guests present, Mr. President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are you here? Well, now I can agree.
Brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess.
As we accomplish our purposes, I now declare this meeting of the Auburn Collegiate FFA duly opened for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented.
And then during this time, you can have all your meeting while you were there. If you're wanting to buy anything new, all that good stuff, you bring it before the meeting room. And then, closing ceremony. Go for it.
Mr. Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I have none, Mr. President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this meeting? We are about to adjourn this meeting of the Auburn Collegiate FFA. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, join me in a salute to our flag. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I now declare this meeting adjourned.
All right, good job, everybody. Good job.
Hey, can I say something, Mr. Sewell?
Go for it.
Okay. That was great. Very nice job. And I hope this thing doesn't fall off and break while I'm talking. Does that be bad? $800 for 15 minutes of video. There's a couple of things that I want to point out there that's pretty important. Gavel tapping is an art. Gavel tapping is an art, and it means something like the time that you take between taps, like, what was that?
Sit down, shut up.
That was a 1 and a 2, right? Yeah, as opposed to a, no, I don't think that's a stand up, that's a series of short taps.
Oh, yeah.
That's quiet.
Yeah, let's be quiet.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
3 in a row,
Right, right, but you can do the, let's be quiet.
That's the short
And then if you
yeah.
go.
That's the stand.
Right? Sit down. And then it comes to up. So that's what the first part's about, is sit down, the meeting room's coming to order. So it's all about timing in between those taps. The other thing is that we take great pride in the FFA of being the only organization in the country that says the pledge correctly. But we didn't say it correctly this time, so that's why I want to point it out. There's a comma that we've inserted as a country in our pledge that's not there. And you know where it's at?
Nation under God.
That's right. It's between nation and under. And it's not there. There's no comma there. We always say, and I guess maybe it's because we teach it to kids one little line at a time. One nation, under God. And then, you know, those two lines, you break them up, they don't even really make a lot of sense. It's one nation, under God. And we're one nation under God. And so that's the flow. And you say it, but the problem is you go say it in ball games and everybody says it a different way and you have messed them up. But anyhow, I always taught the kids to say it right, and the FFA has a long history of saying the pledge right. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So don't put the comma in there if it's not there.
Hey, Dr. Parr, we were definitely backwards.
On our room setup? Okay.
I was looking at
I was
it this way
confused
and I
too.
thought that was right, but it's not. The treasurer should be on this side. The reporter should always be right, reporter right.
Everybody needed to swap from the sides.
Yeah. It's just these two sides need to swap.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we've got a PowerPoint on room setup. Is it on there? We should have opened it up right quick.
Probably should have.
Anyhow,
Well, let's do
I
it
got
right
it.
with the people who didn't get to go to the last time.
yeah.
So the people that weren't an officer this past time, now you're an officer. So just start off. Have you gone? You didn't go, right? So president. Who else hasn't gone? The vice president, secretary, got sentinel, treasurer, advisor.
Hey, and I know it's a little embarrassing right here in this classroom, but do it like you were at state convention.
They're like, I don't need to stand there. Okay.
Yeah, almost like you're at state convention.
Alright, next, where's treasurer going?
I'm sorry, hang on, I'm gonna look at this to make sure. Oh, yeah, okay. Treasurer is to the right here, reporter's right there.
Started the whole convention and didn't have a gavel.
And here,
He slapped.
secretary, who's the secretary? Okay, yeah, you're in the.
I mean, what do you do? Try
What do you do?
this time.
Yeah, you whack the table.
Alright, so you're sentinel. So do we have all the positions filled? Is that everybody? Good? Alright, boom, boom. Start it up. See if we can do it right this time.
Meeting of the Auburn.
And actually, all the officers start sitting down, right? So you probably should sit down. And when you stand up, you stay standing up. Sorry, Cade. Sorry, Cade. Just hanging out here with an iPad.
Meeting of the Auburn Collegiate FFA will come to order. Now holding meeting of the FFA district. Mr. Vice President, all officers at their station.
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they're at their stations, and report back to you, Mr. President. The sentinel,
Station
No.
your duties there.
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is always open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the meeting room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter. We don't have a reporter. He's supposed to be.
Daniel, take that one for us.
The quarter is stationed by the flag.
One station by the flag.
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to Puerto Rico and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there.
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there.
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Here by the owl.
One station by the owl.
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I am asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripening with wisdom. Mr. Vice President, why do you keep the plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture.
We shall follow the leadership.
If we shall follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Mr. President, all officers are at their station.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Secretary will call the rolls of members.
20 members and 15 guests present, Mr. President.